Hello guys, once again Chris back with another video, and today we're going to have a really serious talk. As the title suggests, this is why I left Freebird Studios. I'm not going to take any second to pause, we're going to just jump right in, and I'm going to simply answer this question already for you. I left Freebird Studios because of the toxic environment I was put in. You know, no matter how many times on this YouTube channel that I have failed to make videos, that I have failed to come back quickly, that I have did all these stupid things on my YouTube channel, I have never left it. I have always came back. Because the thing is I have the freedom on this YouTube channel. I have the motivation. I have the ideas I can make from my stories. I couldn't do that with Freebird. Now, coming into Freebird, it was going to be a mutual agreement between me and Red to make our own RPs, make our own stories and everything like that, but also work together on it. Well, sadly, that was the case for the Road to Redemption remake we were going to do for the series. I'm going to let you know now, and now in advance, that the Road to Redemption remake series was not good. It was not made properly. It was extremely toxic. Now, those bloopers that you saw in that video were part of the Road to Redemption scrapped scenes, and it did look like lots of fun, but you gotta remember these are just bloopers. Simply just bloopers, nothing more. I want to say this now, I've got text messages to prove how bad Red was of a person with what he recently said to me. We had a talk about why I left Freebird, and I told him, and I will admit, because I know if he makes a video that he will comment on this, that I did tell them that they can have the channel. But mainly I told him he could have the channel. Because Red, I have a lot of dirt on your name right now that I'm just going to have to scrape off. See, he owns the channel along with Jay. It's kind of weird because I remember him specifically telling me he did not want Jay to run that channel with him as long as he lives, or to give Jay an access to that. I think it is extremely childish that he would say that, but then change his mind and act like Jay is a grown-up now, which is probably what he's going around saying. Now, I agreed to give him that channel because of my mental state. I'm not doing good mentally at the moment. Remember that day I came back to YouTube and said that I was doing a lot better? It dropped down because of a situation that happened recently that I would like to not discuss. And I'd rather just not talk about it. It's extremely sad to me. But Red, ever since he got it, was calling Jay by Joseph, which he said I was freaking out about, but I was trying to question it. So you're going to call him by his real name after you get the rights to this channel. It just seems to me a little off, very coincidental that Jay wants to now be called Joseph like he's some man. And he's like, well, life is getting real. No, life is the same it's always been, Red. Life is the same it's always been. It's not just getting real. You're still a guy that's a sophomore in high school. Life isn't getting real for you. So don't say anything about getting real. This was an extremely toxic situation. This is something that even I think Mech wasn't worse than. Red's ego, everyone can tell. And he does say, even in texts, that this was a part of a character, a big joke. But Red, if it was a joke, if your entire plan to piss people off was a joke, first off, nobody finds it funny, and you know that, that's why you do it. Number two, if it was a character, and for years we've told you to stop and have constantly kicked you out of the group because of your acts, you sit there and are like, well, no one told me. That's what you always say when somebody does this, so don't deny it because I have plenty of witnesses that will agree to that. And why, look, it's not even the fact, and I want to just say this now, disclaimer this now, I am not mad because Jay and Red own that YouTube channel. I really could give two shits what they do with that YouTube channel because I know it is simply not going to work for plenty of reasons that I can easily explain right now, and let's begin. Number one, they are going to have big debates over what they want to do over each other. That was the biggest problem I had. I had no free will in what I wanted to write. The only thing I ever had free will in was the bet. When I was making The Road to Redemption, I had the story idea. I thought about bringing it back. I had a pretty good story idea, too, that I would like to not discuss at this moment, but maybe in future reference for videos. He had an idea of just copy and pasting the entire series with minor changes. That is not what a reboot should be. Reboot should still pay up, they should still pay respect, but they shouldn't be the exact same thing. And I want to say this now, too. Red, you never gave me the freedom of speech that you quote-unquote keep saying you did. You keep saying, it's good that we debate. It's a gift that we debate. This and that, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but we shouldn't debate. You act like the stuff we do is literally on production sets, that we have to be extremely serious, that we have to put blood, sweat, and tears, that we have to always get mad at each other and get stressed. It is not good mentally on anybody in the entire friend group. This is the entire reason Casey took my side, because he has told people for months too that he wanted to take breaks from RPs, but we just kept pushing him and pushing him. Now we're both wanting a break from the RP, and you see where that went. Now, I would also like to discuss the shit you guys have said behind my back, you and Jay. This is directly towards you, Red, so not just you guys. So, I just want to say this now. I heard that you were talking shit, saying that, you know, I couldn't take the fact that I was a co-director, that I was getting easily mad over the name changing, you know, calling him Joseph instead of Jay. No, it wasn't that I was mad. It was that I was pointing the fact out that you are an extremely egotistical person. You've even pointed out that you're extremely ambitious, and you are. You're ambitious over things that have never even happened yet, and I don't understand why. You know, right, that these things that you're ambitious over could possibly not work. And just because you have the quote-unquote opportunity to make those things happen, you are pushing people to their limit, making them extremely overwhelmed and stressed. Now, I know you guys are tired of hearing me saying that I wanted to take a mental break. I left because I was treated extremely unfairly. I was extremely unfairly treated. I remember I was in a party with Jay and Red, and they called me out, but mainly specifically Jay telling me that I basically couldn't take a break, that I had to keep going. Oh, wow, so you're going to take a break? I remember being told that. Right? A 4-month break. You're going to take a 4-month break, half of the year. Wow, we're just a wasted opportunity. Then, there was a day Red threatened to leave the friend group because he was like, well, if you're not going to listen to what I say about how what we have is a gift, then I might not as well be here. And I don't mean just the RP. You threatened to leave an entire friendship because of an RP. There you go. There's your issue. You're pushing too hard. You don't have your life set on this. This is stuff that we're going to grow out of. This is stuff that I am slowly but surely growing out of. I enjoy RPing. It is my job. It is the pleasure to me to write stories and make them, but I cannot do that if you are simply sitting there and being extremely childish and not letting me get my side of my story put out there. I am not making this video just to call you guys out. I'm making this video to make it known. Guys, Freebird Studios, go subscribe to it if you want. Redis Gaming and JX Blades, go subscribe to them if you want. But I will simply say this now, I am in no more longer support of that channel or their future projects. I have no support, and I know they're going to say they don't need it because they will find a crew, as Red said in a text, because I asked him, what is your plans? He said to find an eligible crew, stuff like that, you know, will be there with him and stay, an RP in production, and I think that, sir, is just something you're not going to be able to do. You know how hard it was to find people, and just because you think you're going to find good people, you're going to find the lowlifes who don't know how to RP. And just like you said, we're the quote-unquote gifted actors that are extremely good, that we're like better than Mitch and all these other people. But what you don't know about Mitch and these other people is they don't only just put time, they put editing, they put their ideas. But guess what? Mitch owns all of it. He makes the #1 ideas. This is not me dick riding either. This is me being completely dead honest with you, Red. You took advantage of something, and now you're extremely ambitious. And look, you've already got one person who left, actually 2, which was me and KC, because of how we were treated. And mainly me, because I feel like I was treated extremely unfairly for the shit that I have written. Now, I want to say this now. This isn't just calling out Red because, oh, he didn't let me write a story. This is calling out over the years that we have been harassed by this guy about how he's acting. He's going to laugh at that and say, harassed? Yeah, harassed, bro. If you're sitting there, quote-unquote, joking, and usually people with fucking problems with bullying say, well, we're just joking. We're just joking. And then yet you keep it going. You just keep it going. You keep these problems going, and you never stop. And I just don't know why. And you could say, but we call Jay fat. And he gets tired of that. Yeah, well, the difference with the Jay Fat joke is we're not literally taking his own career from him and making it into something different. I'm sorry. It's just two completely different things. I told you Freebird wasn't going to work, and you were so mad that I said that. You threatened to leave the group for it because I said it wasn't going to work. I'm sorry, guys, that I am so angry in this. I have to get my side out there, and that's it. I'm done. I don't want to make a second video. Red, I know you're either going to respond or comment. If you do, I don't care. I've got my side of the story, and that is it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I will be coming out with more content soon, such as roleplays and more. This has been Elite Cybots video, of course, and see you guys in the next one.